Hey guys, I'm back with another YouTube video. I wanted to do an updated makeup tutorial because my makeup has definitely changed a little bit and I wanted to make a better video of explaining self-concept. I know you guys loved the other video that I had posted about self-concept, but I wanted to make it a very more cut, concise, and direct one while doing my makeup for you guys. Something a little bit shorter and easier for people to watch. I'm gonna be using a eyebrow brush while lining my eyebrows. What is self-concept and why is it so important? One thing I want you guys to know is self-concept is more than just telling yourself that you're pretty conventionally or any of those things. It's more than just that. Somebody could have an awareness that they are conventionally attractive and still have a shitty self-concept when it comes to a certain aspect of their life. Self-concept to me is your identity. Your identity. And everything revolving your identity is going to be your experience. It's like how you can't build a stable home without a solid foundation. Self-concept is like the foundation to your identity. The reason why self-concept is so important is because you get who you are in reality. You manifest who you are, not what you want. Now, what that means is, spell oil, putting it on to moisturize my hands because I don't have any lotion. Now, what that means is you manifest who you are as an identity in your reality, not just what you want. In order to manifest what you want, you must become that version of you who already has what you want. And self-concept is the key to that. The reason why I feel like so many people in the manifestation community truly do struggle with obtaining their manifestations is because of the fact that they haven't addressed their self-concept. And people tend to talk about self-concept as if it's acknowledging the fact that you're conventionally attractive or any of those other things. Because it's more than just that. Because there's so many conventionally attractive people out there who still get treated a certain kind of way, regardless if they're conventionally attractive or not. Self-concept is your identity and the things that you experience as an identity. When it comes to love, relationships, money, opportunities, academics, friendships, sit down and ask yourself for a second, what is it that you've accepted when it comes to a certain aspect of your life? Because if it's not in alignment with your desired outcome, that's probably why you haven't gotten your desires. Self-concept to me was the one thing that I truly needed all this time when I was first struggling with my manifestations, because I was constantly thinking against my favor and identifying with the exact opposite of what my desired outcome was and wondering why I didn't have any of it. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Concealer Skin Full Coverage in the shade 5D01. People want to say it's not important or it's not necessary to manifest. You can still manifest without having a perfect self-concept, yada, yada, yada. I'm not saying you have to continuously work on your self-concept or you have to continuously be fixing things about yourself. You're perfect as is regardless. Everything about ourselves, everything about our identity manifests with perfection every single time. You claim that you have a victim mentality, it's going to show out in reality. Reality is a reflection of you. You are the commander, not the other way around. Everything that you claim to be true about yourself, reality will show that to you 100%. When it comes to money, when it comes to those grades, when it comes to that academic success, when it comes to that relationship with your specific person, because I know a lot of you really love manifesting SP. No judgment here. No judgment here, but still. Now, I'm going to explain in this video how I would address self-concept if I was in your guys' shoes. The first thing I would do is ask myself, what is it about myself that I'm currently identifying with? I would recommend doing a day of observing yourself. I got this method from Eric because Eric's the GOAT. Observe yourself for a second or for a day. Just observe yourself for a time frame. Don't do any active affirming, none of that stuff, and just observe the things that you come to your mind on autopilot. Kind of like how when a higher up at your job is observing how well you do at work, being like, just don't mind me, I'm shadowing you for a day, pretend I'm not here. Same thing with just observing your mind. Now, don't worry about the things that pop up in your mind manifesting, because you don't have to worry about that. It's just observing what is going on in your mind on autopilot. Now, you observe that for a day, and I guarantee you, because that's what happened to me, you'll come to realize why certain things and why certain patterns keep occurring because of what comes up in your mind on autopilot. For me, what happened to me is that I kept on having not so good thoughts about myself. It was just victim mindset one-on-one. It was just like my mind was the perfect prototype of what a victim mentality was on every single area of my life. It clicked for me as to why I was struggling with all these aspects in my life. Now, once reality hit me, I was able to realize it was me all along. It was always me, for both the negative and the positive. If I could do all this shit with the negative, I could do it with the positive. So now That's what I did. Also, being able to observe yourself and kind of have an awareness of how you used to be, it makes it less prone for you to react to 3D circumstances, because you know why they're there in the first place. Because they came from you. They came from you wherever it was, whether it was from childhood experiences, whether it was from experiences from friendships, love, relationships, wherever it stemmed from, it came from you. You know why it's there in the first place. So now when you're actively affirming for your new story, it'll be less probable for you to react to circumstances and being like, why is this happening? Because you know why it's there in the first place, because you observed your old self and you know that is a reflection of the old you. So now you won't think, oh, this shit doesn't work, it's fucking bogus. And the next thing I would do, self-concept affirmations, mainly. And I don't want to hear anybody in the comment section being like, well, what about my desires? What if I affirm too much for self-concept and I don't get my desires? Affirming for self-concept indirectly gets you your desires. You are source of everything. You are source of everything that you experience. Keep that in mind, guys. Please keep that in mind. That is why when I was affirming for my desires through the lens of me being the reason as to why through self-concept, that's when everything came the fuck in. So you telling yourself you're love, you're perfection, you're always chosen, you're everybody's top priority, nobody compares to you, nobody is better than you, you are the best thing to ever exist in your own reality, y'all can use that for your self-concept. Those are the things that I told myself. Shout out to Eric for some of those affirmations, because I love them so much. I incorporate my own into there too. Like, I'm the best thing to ever exist in my own reality. I am everybody's muse. I am source of everything. One of my other favorite ones is I'm all that is, because I'm all that I'm experiencing. You telling yourself that because you claim that you are love, nobody compares to you, nobody's better than you, you're everybody's top priority, that specific person, that desire that you want so bad, you're its or their top priority. So saying that is bringing you your desire without you even realizing it. Whenever I would do that shit, I would get proven it over and over and over again. You being obsessed with yourself makes your specific person and your desire obsessed with you. You being in love with yourself makes your specific person and all these other things that you want you. You being in love with you. Point blank, period. Telling yourself all of these things will bring you your desires, because it's putting you in alignment with that version of you that already exists, that already has your desires. Because keep in mind, you manifest who you are, not what you want. So in order to manifest what you want, you must become that version of you who already has that. So telling yourself these things is putting you in alignment with that version of you that your SP is committed to, that money is obsessed with, money keeps going in your bank account, you're getting all the top grades that you want, everybody's in love with you, everybody wants to be your friend, etc., etc. The list goes on. Saying these self-concept affirmations will target every single aspect of your life. Literally, I'm telling you guys. It happened with me. I've explained it so many times on my page. It's never gonna miss. Trust me. Also forgot to say the foundation I was using. I was using the Lease Stick Foundation in the shade Courage for my foundation. Look at that shade match. Pretty as fuck. But I guarantee you, telling yourself these things are the best thing to ever do for yourself, because manifesting these things is easy peasy, and you're less inclined to be reactive to circumstances and thinking that you're doing something wrong when you're in alignment with that version of you who already has everything that you want. Telling yourself that you're the source of all of your desires will make you also less inclined to check the 3D for validation and doing things that are not in alignment with that version of you who's supposed to already have these desires that you guys are, obsessing over. When you tell yourself you're the one that everybody's obsessed and committed to, you're a magnet to desire, all those things that you were struggling to manifest for so long come in like wildfire. I've seen it happen all the time with people that come to me for advice, or people that even watch my free videos. It happens every single time. It helps with everything in life. It helped me with everything in life. I swear to God, guys, it's a one of a kind. It's beautiful. That's all I have to say. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer for my under eyes as lighter concealer in the shade Deep Golden. For my bronzer, I'm using the Too Faced one in the shade, I'm pretty sure this is Chocolate Lava. It smells like fucking chocolate. But seriously, self-concept is the key to everything. You never not have a self-concept, by the way. When I look back and I think about the times when my life was going to shit, I ask myself, where was my self-concept at? And how was it in alignment with the bullshit that kept on occurring in my life? It was direct correlation. Not being chosen, not being good enough, not being prioritized, shit showing up that way. Like I'm telling you guys, if you guys can do it with the negative, you guys can do it with the positive. Whether it was in a relationship, whether it's with money, whether it's with school, addressing your self-concept revolving around these certain aspects of your life will change it in your favor to where you are in alignment with your desire. Therefore, your desire is attainable for those that may be struggling. I know a lot of people in the community, once again, tend to overlook the importance of self-concept. It is important. It is important. And I say this from experience. I'm also using the Morphe Jumbo Continuous Setting Mist to set in my makeup for a second as I'm adding a little concealer over here. It is so important to note your importance as source in reality. Nothing can change in your reality until you change. The biggest thing that really made it click for me is that I manifest who I am, nothing else. Telling yourself that you're loved, that you're perfection, that you're prioritized and a top priority, everybody and everything will treat you like a top priority. When I started telling myself these things, I was shown love, care, and affection from people that I would have never thought would shown it to me in years. I was treated like a top priority in situations where I thought would never happen to me because of my previous victim mindset. When I started telling myself that I was source of everything when it came to not only just love and relationships and interactions with people, with money, with myself, with school, with my career, everything changed. People started treating me differently. People that I literally had fell out with came back into my life like nothing happened, and we clicked even better than before. Aww. It can work in every single aspect of your life. But like I said, guys, observing your old self and seeing where your negative mindset was before is a really helpful thing to help you understand that you are truly the operant power in your reality, and you are the one that calls the shots for both the good and the bad. And I know that sounds pretty insane to think about it, but once again, society has programmed us to think so negatively about ourselves to the point where we've kind of manifested our own, unfortunate suffering. I hate to say it. I'm contouring my nose right now and it's kind of going a little bit silly right now, but you guys will just trust the process. But that is the thing that really helped me the most. Even when I was met with circumstances that were life-threatening and were just crazy, I was able to face them on without contradicting myself because I knew why this was here in the first place. Because it was a reflection of my old awareness and what I had accepted and internalized for myself. So if I could do that once again with the negative, I could do it with the positive. Point blank, period. Whenever people ask me what should I affirm when it comes to this desire, I think you guys should take that as an initiative to step back and ask yourself, what would I be thinking if I already had this desire? What would my mindset be like if I already had this desire? That was what I had asked myself when I was manifesting my desires. And I was like, this is what I would tell myself. And that is exactly what I affirmed. When I was asking myself, what kind of mindset would I have if I was super abundant and had a bunch of money? I always have more than enough. Every single day my wealth increases. My business is absolutely booming. It's a rapid increase, rapid growth. I'm absolutely set for life. I'm always supplied for. All the money that I spend comes back to me tenfold. I started telling that to myself and it started happening like wildfire because I was reiterating it as the source of everything. I am the source of money. I am the source of love. I am the source of relationships. I am the source of everything I experience in my reality. Same thing with school. What would I be telling myself if I had good grades? I'm an academic weapon. I am the best in the class. Nobody does it better than me. I passed this entire semester with straight A's. This looks a little crazy right now, guys, but trust the process. My makeup routine is literally just a fucking trust the process. I cannot explain it further more with you guys. Self-concept is the key to everything. It makes you in alignment once again with your desire. So it's like, it's foolproof. And at first, even when you start doing this, it may feel challenging because your ego, your old awareness may try to creep up on you and try to say otherwise, but you're overcoming who you used to be. Remember that, guys. So when you're met with circumstances that may seem like, a little challenging, remember, it's because you're challenging your old self. I promise you, once you start getting shown proof of your new identity, dude, it's just up from there, because that's what happened with me, especially when it came to money, because oh my god, when I started getting shown proof that I always have more than enough, I could spend whatever the fuck I want, and the same amount of money that I spend or even more would come back like no other. That's why whenever people ask me if I have a budget or what's my savings type of method, I just look at them and I'm like, what? I just have a mindset that I always have more than enough. And I sound crazy saying that, but I'm telling you the truth. I swear to fucking God. That's what I would do if I was in your guys' place. Because if you guys really go back and observe yourself, you'll start to understand why things went to shit when it came to certain aspects of your life. Especially when it comes to that SP. Because a lot of people come to me and they tell me that talking about self-concept made it click for them as to why their relationship with their specific person kind of went down the hill. They were able to manifest them from going to a shitty person to being the best partner to them that they've never expected them to show up that way, because they knew why it happened in the first place, because it was a reflection of their unfortunately crappy self-concept. But they're not victim blaming themselves, because you guys gotta understand, not that many people in this world come out the fucking womb knowing about conscious manifestation and not realizing the importance of keeping a good mindset about things, because it all starts from the mind. You know what I mean? That's why even when I was going back and seeing how I had ruined my life, essentially, I gave myself grace, because had I had known about conscious manifestation from the minute I was born, I would have never, ever claimed that shit for myself. Talking about some nothing ever works out for me, I'm not prioritized, I'm not chosen, my life is going to shit, nothing is ever gonna work out for me. Girl, please. And then you wondered why shit went that way. Like, oh my fucking God. Stop talking shit about yourself just for one fucking day. Please. Just like, please. Please. And that's why I say, even if you're conventionally attractive, you can still have a shitty self-concept and getting treated like shit, because you could still be acknowledge the fact that you're conventionally attractive, you're rich, you're powerful, you're beautiful. But if you have a certain concept of self when it comes to love and relationships, like niggas ain't shit, I'm not prioritized, I'm always getting cheated on, even if you're conventionally attractive, that can still occur to you. That's why no matter how beautiful or talented somebody is, they could still have an experience of being treated like dog shit because of how their self-concept is within themselves, if they're not prioritized, if they're not chosen, if they're not good enough, or if they're accepting negative, limiting collective beliefs about a certain aspect of their life. Like, oh yeah, money's hard to find, pretty as fuck working at McDonald's. Oh yeah, all men cheat, looking like a supermodel getting cheated on by a guy that looks like he's from planet Mars. You know what I'm saying? It's just so detrimental to have a stable self-concept when it comes to manifesting a certain thing. That it's just how it is, you know what I mean? That's why I say self-concept is not only really important to obtain your manifestation, but maintain it. It's so important, because there's people that are very much based on methods, not addressing stuff about themselves. Somebody could be affirming that them and their SP are in a loving, committed relationship, and they're affirming nonstop, right? But they're not addressing the self-concept about not being chosen, not being good enough, not being prioritized, all of that shit. They get back together with their specific person because the method worked, because of course, why wouldn't it work? And then their specific person leaves again because they stopped doing all of that robotic affirming shit or whatever technique they used, and still haven't addressed the self-concept where they weren't chosen, they weren't prioritized, they weren't good enough, men ain't shit, women ain't shit. And then their specific person reflects that, because everything is a reflection of you. That's also what people mean when they say everybody is you pushed out. Everything is you pushed out. So not shitting on robotic affirmations, not shitting on any method. There's nothing wrong with using a method. A method could actually help somebody with obtaining a good self-concept too. Nothing wrong with that. But affirming for a desire but not addressing the self-concept is kind of like counterproductive, because it's like, you want to not only obtain that shit, you want to maintain it, don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Okay, now we're gonna be doing the powder part, because we're done. We're gonna get to the blush. I usually like doing a powder blush instead of a cream blush. I don't know, that's just my thing. I also just love focusing mainly on self-concept because it makes you less prone to needing validation outside of you, and to a point where it's like not detached, but you feel good with or without seeing your desire outside of you, because you know you give it to yourself within, and that's all you need. All the validation you need is yourself. It makes you less inclined to seeking external validation from outside sources, whether it's people or other things. It makes you just so confident in yourself, and it helps you learn to love yourself, because I truly did not love myself when I first started all this shit out, and then I started to learn to love myself, dude, and shit just like has just been more enjoyable in life. It's literally saved my fucking life, I swear to God. It makes you have higher standards for yourself. It makes you like have better boundaries within yourself, and choosing people that are more aligned with your higher self, I swear to God. It makes you more attracted to people that benefit you the most. It's just a game changer, dude, because you're a higher version of yourself. It's just, I love it so much. So it's just like, why not work on self-concept? Like, why is it when it comes to affirming for a desire, it's no problemo, but when it comes to affirming for yourself, it's a problem. Shit don't make no damn sense to me. That's just why I'm just so in love with self-concept, because you can never go wrong with it. Just like having a moment where you're just like affirming for yourself, and then boom, not only do you get one desire, you get all of them. That's why it's also so helpful to use for people that want to manifest multiple things at once, because you affirming for a better self-concept makes you in alignment with that version of you who already has all of those things at once. Whether it's a dream car, dream school, dream job, you affirming these things, like the affirmation list that I said earlier in this video, literally puts you in alignment with all that shit at once. So you don't even have to worry about taking time to affirm for one thing and then another thing, then another thing. You telling yourself that all at once will bring you all of those things at once. Isn't that crazy? I'm using the powder from Huda Beauty in the shade Cinnamon Bun, Easy Bake Powder. Love it so much. But seriously, guys, it's just such a game changer in life. It just helps you to ground yourself, love yourself more. People love you, things love you, you obtaining all of your desires, you being in alignment with that version of you who already has what you want. Because remember, you manifest who you are in reality. So it makes you in alignment with that version of you who already has it in your reality. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, another thing that self-concept helped me with, honestly, was just like, I already said it before, like I had a problem of checking outside of myself for validation when it came to my desires. Now, whenever I affirm for something, whether it's big or small, I don't check outside of myself for validation, because I know that all I have to do is tell myself I have it, like focus on self-concept and go on about my day, and boom, it happens every single time. Actually happened recently because I manifested a new apartment. I manifested a bigger and better luxurious apartment for me to live in. I'm so excited. I can't wait to decorate it, and I can't wait to show it to you guys when I move in. I'm so excited. I move in this summer. But literally, all I did was tell myself, of course I have it. Why wouldn't they want me as a tenant? Because I'm their top priority. Nobody compares to me. Nobody is better than me. I am the best tenant that they ever had in the entirety of the universe. Like, I sometimes like to exaggerate it. And dude, it happened so quick, dude. You wouldn't even believe me. I'm gonna make a story time about it on my page probably sometime soon. But dude, it was so crazy. Happened so fucking quick. I'm so happy. Okay, now we're putting powder on the nose. I like to bake as well. So first I like to go around of like putting powder all over my face, because I'm kind of like an oily person, and I also kind of have sensory issues. I do not like oily stuff on my skin. So I'm not a person that does no powder on the makeup, because if I feel that concealer on my face, I'm going to rub it off. I swear to God. So now I'm gonna bake just like this. Okay, now we baked. We're gonna wait 2 to 3 minutes for it to set in, and then we're gonna be doing the blush and all of the other stuff for my makeup tutorial. But yeah, no, self-concept is such a game changer. It's truly helped me learn to love myself and address insecurities that I had for years. I've seen it happen with other people too. It just makes you a better person. It makes you in alignment with better people, for the people that want to manifest better relationships with people. It just makes you choose better options for yourself. And also, one thing that kind of happened to me too was kind of just like things that I wanted to manifest before I didn't want to anymore, because I felt like it was beneath me, which was so crazy when I go back and think about it, because I used to think those circumstances or those people were above me. But when I had addressed self-concept, those things that I wanted at first were literally so beneath me. That's kind of why I kind of sometimes see people in the community being like, oh yeah, self-concept to the hard, to the point where I don't even want that specific person anymore, or that certain job anymore, or that certain opportunity anymore, because it's beneath me and I want something bigger and better. It's the power of self-concept, baby. I swear to God, people treat you better because you are in alignment with a better version of yourself within. Like, I swear by it, guys. There's nothing you can lose with doing self-concept, dude. One thing I would recommend if people want to do a self-concept routine is when you wake up in the morning, because that's when your ego is less able to be sending you negative things or any type of fight back. I would start doing the self-concept affirmation session, just telling myself, you're love, you're perfection, you're chosen all the time, you're everybody's top priority, nobody is better than you, nobody compares to you in your reality, you are the best person to ever exist in your own reality, you are source, you're all that is. Just telling yourself that for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then doing that at night too. I do it all the time, but yeah, once again, shout out to Eric for some of those affirmations, because we always give credit here on this channel. Just telling yourself that all the time will just help you out so much. And if you want to do it throughout the day, you can. I sometimes like to rampage throughout the day, just telling myself a bunch of self-concept affirmations in my head, being like, I'm the best person to ever do this. Nobody does it better than me. I'm the best at what I do. I am just the best to ever do it in my reality. My mind is worth millions. I am super intelligent. I'm a beacon of light to many. You can steal some of those if you want, but telling yourself that whenever you get the chance to, perfect. But I like to do it in the morning. I kind of like making the morning a kind of ritual to myself, dedicated to self-love. If you guys like doing that too, that's something I would recommend. Or you could tell yourself to it in the mirror. You could do mirror affirmations. You can stand in front of yourself in the mirror as you're getting ready in the morning, telling yourself those things. It's really helpful, trust me. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the blush, which is from YSL. It's in the shade Make Me Blush number 15. This is super pigmented, dude. You have to be very careful with it. Just like swiping my nose. You gotta be very careful because it is super pigmented. The first time I put this motherfucker on, I look like Rudolph because I like putting a little bit of blush on my nose. I kind of want to do a sunset blush today because I just feel like it. Look at that. Ugh, beautiful. I'm thinking about putting this new highlighter that I got from House Labs. It is such a pretty color. It's in the shade Fire Opal. Look at this. This is so pretty. I'm gonna put this on my blush as well. I think you guys just need to realize having self-love is just an unshakable foundation for you, because loving yourself will make you less inclined to doing things that are not in alignment with your desire. Because I'm telling you guys, stalking that specific person on their social media is not going to bring them to you. Doing a bunch of shit that you should not be doing for your desire is not going to bring you your desire. Continuously looking outside of yourself, being like, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, not gonna do jack shit for you. I promise you, it's not going to help. Okay, now we're gonna put the same highlighter on my nose because I like doing that. I like putting highlight on my nose. This design is so pretty. I really don't want to ruin it. And I'm gonna put it in the inner corner of my eyes too because I love doing that with my makeup. Pretty as hell. Looks like a fucking sunset. We're gonna set this in with some spray. I don't know if I'm the only one who likes doing this, but I like to over-exaggerate my self-concept affirmations because it works all the time. And I promise you, people will reflect that to you. There will be times where I would say specific things to myself, like how I said earlier in the video, I'm a beacon of light to many. So many times, people have literally said it to me word for word, verbatim. People will always repeat to you your affirmations and how you feel about yourself. Another thing that self-concept helped me with is learning to realize how to not give a shit about what anybody else thinks, because they're only thinking what you're thinking about yourself. If you have a low self-esteem, people will reflect that to you by talking a certain way about you, or just anything in general. It just helps you to not give a shit about what anybody else thinks because they're only thinking what you're thinking. Also, if you're aware of haters existing online, you'll have an experience with them. If you're aware of trolls existing online, you're gonna have an experience of that. It's a matter of how you react to it. Because at the end of the day, learning this just helps you to not give a fuck about it and not respond back to that type of energy to a point where it doesn't consume you and it's not a constant cycle of you experiencing that. It just makes you less prone to giving less of a shit about what anybody has to say or for anybody's approval. So you just feel carefree. I just literally felt when I reached this point in my self-concept, I literally just felt like that meme of that guy just being broken free of the hand chains. It was just, it's beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna be doing my world famous eye makeup. So I got this not too long ago. I think this is Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Kohl line. It's called Rock and Kohl. So I'm gonna be putting it on my waterline and then I'm gonna rub it out a little bit to make it look like kohl. I got a mascara from Dior and I'm gonna also put that on as well. This is not the final look for the liner, trust the process. I'm gonna be putting this on my bottom and top lashes to give that more smoky eye look that you guys love on me. I did it off camera, but I did the liner. I'm gonna fix it a little bit because it's a little too long. I used the Charlotte Tilbury one. I also used the liner from One Size. Both of these are really good. I really like this one a lot because it's lasted me quite some time. Okay, now we're gonna do my lashes, but first we gotta do another setting spray round. I use a lot of setting spray for my makeup because I like it to stay all day. So I'm gonna do one last round of this, and then I'm gonna do my finishing spray, which is going to be the One Size one in the powder melt, the glass setting spray. Chef's kiss. Y'all see this melt? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a glass fucking finish. I'm also gonna show you guys my lip combo. I have so many different types of lip combos, but I'm gonna show you guys the one that's my go-to. So I like using the MAC lipstick in the shade, I'm pretty sure it's Warm Hug. Warm Hug. So I'm gonna put this on top because it's matte before I put on the lip liner. It's gonna look like I have concealer lips. Silent Hill Bussy lips. I look a damn mess right now. She's just so happy to look a mess. So the liner that I use is the Maybelline one. I forgot the shade. I also use the MAC one in the shade Chestnut, but I can't find that one right now. So y'all are gonna have to deal with this one. Okay. As you guys can see, the lip combo actually looks better. Y'all see? It actually looks better now. I don't look like I got bussy lips. Now we're gonna do the finisher spray and then we're gonna do the lashes and then that's it for the tutorial. Now you see this is all in. Once again, guys, I just want you guys to know as we're going towards the end of this tutorial, self-love is the key to everything. I really know what it's like to feel like shit isn't going your way and you're not being chosen or prioritized. But even if you don't feel it real as you first start telling yourself these self-concept affirmations, I promise you it will happen. Be it before you see it. When I first started telling myself this self-concept shit, my mind was, I was just going back and forth with my doubts and ego, but I was like, I don't give a fuck because I got nothing to lose. And now I'm here, having a platform, talking to hundreds of thousands of people about my experience with manifestation and helping people realize how to manifest their dream life and realizing that their circumstances are not above them and that they are the operant power in their own fucking reality. Point blank fucking period. So these are the lashes I used. I got them off Shein. I'll link them below in the description of the video so that you guys can get them. I use cluster lash glue because it's really much more stronger than strip lash glue, so I'm going to be using that for these lashes. You put it on the strip of this lash and you're going to wait about a minute for it to set in, and while we're doing that, I'm just going to finish this up with the Dior lip gloss. I forgot what shade this is. This is Blackberry. So we're going to put this on my lips. I love this lipstick so fucking much, guys. I had gotten it at the Sephora store not too long ago, and oh my god, it is beautiful. I love it so much. You guys have no idea. I'm gonna put a little bit of the brown lip liner over it again so that it just looks better. Now that it's dried, we're gonna grab it and we're gonna put it on the lash line ever so gently, because these are bigger than my eyes, but I like to have the dramatic lash look, so regardless, we're not gonna snip anything off. This, just like that. Just like that. We're gonna fix it a little bit. Just like this. We are now going to accessorize and finalize the look for today. Here is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this tutorial while I was explaining self-concept and the importance of it. And I cannot wait for the next YouTube video and the other videos that I have planned to show for you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys like this tutorial. I look so pretty. Ah! Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And once again, reality is your yes man, not your fucking enemy. You're the upper man.